What's up guys, Maxim here, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing fantastic, and in this video I'm going to be answering one of the most important question that a lot of you probably wondering right now, which is which character to level up to level 90 first, and also which character to super awaken as soon as I can. Of course, in this video we're going to be answering that, but before jumping into that, if you guys are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We post 7 deadly sins videos daily, and it would be really appreciated if you guys join us on this adventure. We recently hit that 700 subscribers mark in a bit over 3 months, which is crazy. So thank you so much again for the support. And also, a lot of you guys are wondering how long have I been playing the game, and to answer that question, I would say I've been playing the game for a bit more than 6 months right now. The second question that I receive most of the time is how's my box CC looking like. My box CC is actually sitting at 4.6 at the moment, and hopefully going to that 5 million box CC if I actually put gear on some of my units. And of course I'm missing some of the characters as well that I hopefully gonna be getting as soon as they drop, just because of their banner were actually bad, and plus some of these characters weren't there or weren't in the banners when I first started playing the game almost 6 months ago. So yeah, that's why I'm missing out on so many characters, but hopefully we're gonna be fixing that as soon as the banners actually drop. And yeah, that's the box CC. With that being said, let's jump into the main video, which is which characters should you guys be leveling up to level 90 and so on. Yeah, of course, I actually made our like a tier list of characters, and hopefully we're gonna be placing them in the right criteria of which characters you should be leveling first. With that being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, if you guys been watching the channel for a while now, you know how bad I am when it comes to using Excel. So I always use this because it's much more easier for me to actually adjust and fix for you guys. Starting off with the characters and everything else, I don't know if I should take one by one, but let's start with the most obvious thingy, which is explaining the chart. The chart is actually going to be divided into 4 sections that I felt they're easier to understand for you guys. The first section is actually urgent. The second one is actually work and as soon as you can. For fun, if you actually want to try fun, and probably never unless you're whaling and you're deciding to increase your box CC plus infinity. So I don't know if we should go through all of them by one, but I feel the most obvious ones are actually the one Ascanor, because he has one of the highest CC in the game and you probably want to level him up. Red Derriere is actually good as soon as you can, and she's actually urgent because she's the best PvE content, a PvE unit in the game. You actually use her for the scoring for the knighthood bosses as well if you want to get a high score. So yeah, she's a must, I feel urgent is actually Sario, because Sario is very important in my opinion. He's such a good character and he's such a good farming unit, and you can actually use him for PvP no matter what the meta can actually change. So he's actually really good. This character is so OP that I want to not to include her in everything, because she's the most hated character, and yet she's one of the best characters in the game. So leveling her to level 80 and actually to level 90, sorry, and actually super awaken her to level 5 can actually increase your CC and also increase your survivability as well. So probably you want to super awaken her to level super awaken 5, and also level her to 90. I feel she's very important. Of course, Assault Meliodas can be leveled to level 90, if you guys want to like to build up a team surrounding him. Of course, like, where is he? There he is. If you have like the right team, you probably want to level him to level 90 because he's such an important character. Green Gother as well, one of the best characters in the game. Probably it goes without saying that you should be leveling him to level like 90 as soon as you can. That's really important in my opinion. Lolly Murden is such a great character. It's not. I wouldn't like put her as urgent, but if you want to like level her up in order to like have a PvP team, or you're going to be using her with a ReZero collab, you probably want to level her to level 90 in order to like to increase her survivability, and also you want to like to do the maximum amount of damage against characters that are also gonna be super awakened level 5 and level 90 as well. So keep that in mind. It's also like very dependent on what kind of team that you're going to be playing with in PvP, because like PvP is one of the most important aspects in 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Yeah, keep that in mind. I feel like he's like all the Archangels are really good to level up to level 90. Maybe not as urgent, depending on what you're going to be using him for. But I would say like work on him as soon as you can, because he's such a fun unit, and plus like he's a great associations for a lot of character. Yeah, his grace is really good. So keep that in mind, that you want to be working on him as soon as you can. Once you get like the exceed of resources, when you're actually done working on your PvP team, you probably want to level him as soon as you can. Of course, like I want Kyo. Kyo is work on as soon as you can, because with the release of the new Zeldris, and upon like the showcases that we got from various content creator or 7 Deadly Sins content creators, Kyo is gonna be relevant again in PvP. Yeah, the Zeldris is actually very dependent on if you're going to be building up like a team surrounding Assault Meliodas or any other teams surrounding him in the PvP. You probably want to work on him as soon as you can, because he has such a like decent CC, and you can actually have him in the back because of his passive. So yeah, you probably want to like to work on him as soon as you can, or level up like level him up to level 90 and plus like Super Awaken 5. So he's actually very important. I feel like Green Diane is gonna be relevant as well, because she's such a tanky unit, and plus like if you've been playing the game for a while, you probably have UR gear for Diane by now. So giving her like UR gear as soon as you can is actually really good. I'm starting off with the things that are actually much like the most important units that you can actually level up to level 5. I feel like all the festival units are really good, because they have like the most or the highest CC in the game right now. So they're really good. It depends on like Reducial is actually such a good unit for Knighthood Wars right now, but it really depends on how much you have him build up. But even so, he's not going to be a good unit, because his CC actually is gonna be dropping because of Super Awakening 5, and plus like because of level 90. So I would say like never. This guy is actually for fun, because I heard rumors. This is not, don't take my word for it, but don't quote me on it. But I heard that he's going to be very relevant when it comes to the new raid, like the level 90 raids. So possibly you can actually work on him and actually make him work somehow. So yeah, you can actually do that if you guys are into. I feel like working on him as soon as possible. Both Drolls are actually such a good units, and you can actually like build a whole team around them. I'm gonna put him like urgent. Like this is not like the right order on how you can actually like level them up to level 90, but I would actually recommend you guys like just like work on your PvP team first, and then later on, once you actually have an excess, like I mentioned earlier, you can actually level them up. A lot of people are going to be saying don't level up like Zeldris to level 90 and level 5 Super Awaken him, because the green version is coming. But I feel like Red Zeldris is gonna be such a good unit for Assault Meliodas if you're trying to use him. So and he's such a good association for a lot of like characters, so why not actually level him up? I feel like when people make tier lists and stuff, they don't keep on mind like these characters can be a great associations for a lot of other characters, and that can be or can represent a huge like boost in CC. So keep that in mind. I feel like blue Lilia is actually really important, especially for PvE content, final bosses and stuff. So maybe in the future, depending on the final bosses that they're going to be releasing, so maybe it's actually recommended to actually work on her as soon as possible. I don't think Red Escanor is actually gonna be relevant, and the same goes for the green version as well. It's not very urgent to actually like level him up to level 90, so maybe for fun if you actually want to use him for association or something, because he's still Escanor and you probably have UR gear for him, and you're probably gonna use him in, for PvP in the future as well. I don't know if there is any other characters. These characters, maybe if you're going to be using them, but we have to wait until they actually like come to global in order to like to check them out and probably like see if there is like a certain team around them. Probably for fun, it depends on like what you're gonna be using them. If you're going to be using like Assault Meliodas team, these two can actually be here because you can actually like change them up, but it's very dependent on which team you're going to be building up for PvP, if you're going to be planning them for PvP. And yeah, I feel like Festival King can actually be work as soon as possible if you have him maxed out. Otherwise, you can actually work on him for fun. But if you have like his cosmetics, and also like if you have like his what are they called, like his old level like 6/6, probably recommended to work on him as soon as possible, because he's such a great unit for anvil farming. And like the expected like what is it called, Super Awakening like farming is actually very dependent on Festival King as well. So keep that in mind if you're going to be working on. The rest are actually like, I don't know, work like depending on what you're gonna be using them for, but it's not recommended that you actually like level them up to 90, because it's not gonna be making a difference. But we have to wait also to actually see how these characters age with time, because it depends on what kind of like content they're going to be releasing in the future, where they're going to be making the stuff like the PvE content like much harder or not. So we actually have to wait and actually see. But upon initial thoughts and initial like observations to what happens in JP, this is like the main characters that you want to rush to Super Awaken 5-star, and also like to level up to level 90 like in the first like month, probably, depending on how fast you're actually farming the raid. I hope I'm not like missing on anybody that I actually don't see here, because you know, your boy is actually is actually blind sometimes. I feel like he's good for associations, so maybe for fun, and it depends on if you're like a late gamer, like a late game kind of player, you have like a lot of URs and you're participating in knighthood wars and stuff. That can actually make the huge difference on how the like sort of like the leveling up, and can actually change like the priority of leveling up characters as well. So keep that in mind. I feel like she's actually really fun, so you can actually level her up, but we have to wait and actually see how they're actually good at and so on. I feel like he's good. I feel like as soon as you can as well would be good. Esterosa is such a beast when it comes to PvE content, and can, with the right team, he becomes like invincible when used in PvP. I feel like this one can be fun as well. I want to see her level 90 because she's an insane unit, to be honest, and she's underestimated, unfortunately, but we have to wait and see. The rest, I feel like oh, Chandler, I forgot about Chandler. He's not here, but I feel like even without, like, with the nerf that he got on JP at the moment, I feel like he's gonna be relevant anyway, because his counter card is actually really good for Assault Meliodas, and he's still a PvE beast as well. Like, so definitely that. I feel like I'm not missing any of the other characters. Like, it depends on if you have UR gears for these characters. Probably you can actually work on them. Probably this guy. I want to see how much he crits when he's like 5-star Super Awakened, so probably for fun if you want to try him out, if he actually starts critting or not. I feel like Jericho is going to be relevant in again because of the new raid that they're going to be releasing that happens to take a lot of damage from bleed, so she's probably going to be relevant again. But yeah, I feel like that's my initial thoughts on Super Awakening level 5 and level 90 as well. I feel like those are like characters that I feel like that needs to. But of course, like, there is a lot of characters that never needs to be leveled at the moment. This guy maybe for fun in the future. This guy never. I have him Super Awakened level 4, but I would say never because he's not that good. Maybe never. He's actually, it depends. Maybe for fun if you want to see how fast he can actually clear the Grey Demon. But yeah, it's not recommended. When I say never, of course, like if you are done like working on every unit, you can actually like work on them. But yeah, for now they're actually useless. So I don't know. For fun, maybe to see her damage. Never, never, never. Yeah, you get my point. Maybe for fun. Never. I don't know. Maybe if you want to increase your CC or something somehow, and you want to test him out. I feel like this woman is gonna be very good, which is Merlin. I feel like she's really good for association as well, and to have in the back. So maybe if you want to try her out, see how much damage she's gonna be doing. But most of the characters are just like, you can actually wait, and I repeat, you can actually like wait with Super Awakening them. These are the initial ones, and the top 2 rows are the most important ones that you should actually work on, which is like the first one. I feel like all the festival units are really good to work on and actually level up to 90 because they have a huge CC, and especially like Gother in general, because he makes any team actually really good. And once like you want to try out like the Assault Meliodas team or something, these ones can become very urgent as well. So keep that in mind. But I hope you guys found this helpful. This is our like my initial thoughts on like Super Awakening level 5 and also like level 90s, depending on the characters that you want to be leveling up as well. Of course, like your resources are like something that you want to be very careful with, and keep in mind that this may vary depending on the PvP team that you're going to be building up, and also like the farming team that you want to build up as well. Alright, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, as all likes are really appreciated and do help the channel to grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, and catch you guys in the next one.